New York's holiday markets are like a fantasy land for anyone who loves food. Today, we're eating our way through the Bryant Park Winter Village. They've got street food galore, tons of stalls lined up with all sorts of international dishes, many with a special holiday spin to them. You don't want to miss it. All right, ActionKid, we're starting with Baked Cheese House, and this always has one of the longest lines at the market. You excited?
Oh yeah, every time you come by here, it smells wonderful, and yeah, we gotta try it for sure.
You can smell that cheese a mile away.
There's prosciutto, salami, or no meat?
I was thinking traditional. Can we cut it in 3?
Yeah.
All right, this is intense. Raclette, alpine cheese, melted and scraped off the wheel with spring onions, baby gherkins, and Dijon mustard. The cool thing is they will split this even into halves or thirds if you want. And my first impression was I couldn't believe how much extra cheese they kept putting on this thing.
I mean, this thing's like overwhelming, man. Like, just the smell of it, you pass by, crazy amount of Swiss cheese like flavor.
Nice crunchy baguette. And then so much cheese, it was almost like having an extra cheese pizza and getting that pull on the bite. Overwhelming, but in the best way possible.
Baguette, so crunchy. I think that's the best part of it. And then you have that strong Swiss cheese type flavor, and it's counteracted by the sour pickle and the spring onion. It's really good.
Are you surprised by how long that line is? I think this is the spot I've heard people tell me they traveled from far away to give a go. This is not easy to find in New York.
I know, I mean, I haven't had anything like this before. The closest thing I could think of having to this is like a Philly cheesesteak. Even then, it's not like this.
Foreshadowing a little bit on the cheesesteak soon. So from looking it up, raclette, I mean, this is popular in Switzerland, in French resort towns. Also reading that this is well known in Scandinavia. It's like kind of giving us those alpine night vibes, right?
I can see why they would probably eat this in like a really cold climate. It's very like heartwarming and cozy.
It's like a nice like warm apple cider next to you, eating this. Definitely worth it. You know, split this with your group. You can have a fun little street food crawl. And that's something that maybe scares a lot of people about the Bryant Park Winter Village is yes, it's very pricey,
For sure.
but you could split things. This wins longest line of the day so far. Apparently truffled cheesesteak is a very big deal in this market. As you can see, the line stretches there, around, and around.
It's only gonna get busier as time goes on.
Start at 4 o'clock on a weeknight, okay? Earlier the better. Good. It's about 1 truffle cheesesteak? That's it, yeah. Thank you, take care. New York's most expensive cheesesteak, $22 for the truffle cheesesteak here, right? And we've got a ½ pound of seared ribeye steak, caramelized onions, sauteed peppers, melted mozzarella and provolone blend, and bechamel cheese sauce on a toasted rustic roll with their homemade truffle oil to top this all off. It's really tough to hold this thing together. Look at all that meat and cheese dripping out. I don't even know where to begin with this thing. My senses just went into overdrive. I don't even know what we're focusing on here. The truffle oil hits you right away, but the blend of the 3 cheeses and like the thinly chopped meat hits a lot better than I thought. Decadent bite of cheesesteak. I think they're building up something that's considered just standard street food into, I don't know, something you might see at a fine dining restaurant. At least this would be the version. Maybe we're missing like a gold-plated leaf. They really thought this through. Like all the flavors combined together. Somehow it's not too much. It just works.
This is probably one of the messiest sandwiches I've ever seen. But if this is as good as what John says it is.
I'm curious what you think. Be honest with me.
Oh my gosh.
You just lost $5 worth of meat there and cheese.
It's coming off. We gotta eat this at an angle.
Go ahead.
Here we go. Okay, now we're talking. First of all, right away, that truffle oil just hits you. 3 blend cheese, while the bechamel cream sauce and the mozzarella provolone, rich and bold flavor. This thinly sliced meat, so good too. Bun, part of it that I ate, A little bit soggy, but I think it's been sitting for a while.
Yeah.
So extremely bold sandwich. And then you got the peppers.
I think it's worth it to spend the extra $2 for the truffle oil. I mean, that's kind of the point.
I know, yeah. You have to get it with the truffle oil. I mean, make sure you're prepared to eat this with a fork and make sure you do it over the container because it's gonna get all over the place.
And bring some napkins too, because your hands are gonna get oily. This is a whole procedure to eat this. This reminds me of the roast beef sandwich from Brennan and Carr a little bit different flavor profile, but the messiness and how like soggy the bread is, getting there a little bit.
That's the one thing I could say about this sandwich. It gets soggy and messy quick, so gotta eat it quick.
This would be good to have with like a beer. You know, I wouldn't compare this to like your average cheesesteak. This is its own beast, okay?
Honestly, I've never seen anywhere else.
Maybe this will be a new trend in New York, I don't know. Truffle cheesesteak, next birria taco. Okay, if you split this with somebody, $11 each, do you think it's worth it?
Yeah, totally.
I'm super picky for something this expensive, but once in your life, yeah, I would do it. What would be good for like 2 people to split, you think?
I mean, chicken and shrimp for the stock.
Okay.
And then flavored with the Malaysian curry, and then topped with shrimp and fish balls. And the bowl comes with egg noodles and rice.
Let's do it.
Full laksa. It comes with the egg noodles and the rice noodles, and then it goes in our noodle warmers to just like warm up. So it comes with Chinese long beans, which is almost like a string bean, but a little hardier. And then shrimps, which our shrimps are also poached in our curry soup. It's a Malaysian fish balls. This one we're using is a white one, not fried, just boiled. So we just warm it again in here. So this is our laksa soup. You'll see the tofu puffs are in here. That also goes in the bowl, but we let it soak in the soup so then like it really absorbs the flavor of the laksa. But the vegetarian ones are shiitake mushrooms for the stock with some miso, and then the Malaysian curry in there. The full portion, the bean sprouts are at the bottom, and then we put the noodles over it. Then the toppings on top. Okay, ready for soup? Now this is where we finish the bowl. So it goes with some cilantro on top, slice of lime. Squeeze it on before you enjoy the bowl. Half a hard-boiled egg. Finish it off, it's fried shallots. So the curry is more on a milder heat. We do have a side of hot sauce if you guys like spicy. It's Mama Lamb's hot sauce.
Wow, it smells great already.
Ready?
Yeah, let's go.
As I said, eating around the world, Malaysian curry noodle soup. And that is the glory of New York. You can find food from everywhere. And this is the kind of delicacy, kind of dish that excites me coming to a market like this. Because maybe you wouldn't expect it. Have you had much Malaysian food?
I've had some, yeah. This one, though, looks really good.
We're both trying laksa for the first time.
Cheers.
Cheers, let's do it.
This is really good. The rice noodles are very thin, and what hits you is really that broth in the Malaysian curry. I can really taste that coconut milk as well, which gives it just that little bit of extra thing that you need here.
She was telling us about Malaysian food in general, and I've only had it a handful of times. Indian influences, Indian spices, but then you have the Southeast Asian influence going on, with like the coconut milk and the flavor, and it's spicy, like in the best possible way.
Oh yeah, like hits you, but not that much. What I'm gonna do now is squeeze the lime in it. That'll just enhance the flavor some more, and try some of the other ingredients in here, like the tofu and the hard-boiled egg.
This might be the perfect food to walk around the market and to keep you warm on a really cold night like tonight.
Oh, for sure.
Look at that tofu piece right here. You know, I'm normally not a tofu fan, but covered in that broth, so good.
Whoa, probably the best Malaysian curry I've had in a while. It's not overly heavy.
I'm actually surprised that they don't have a brick and mortar or a food truck yet. They were telling me that they're looking into it. Amazing thing about coming to markets like this, you could find like the next up and coming food spot in New York before it gets really popular.
If you come on a weekday like today, no line, you don't have to really wait.
Yeah, weekends, it gets a little busy, I'm sure, closer to Christmas as well.
I had a big, like, bunch of bean sprouts in here, and they're just so crunchy, and it hit that egg, the cilantro, packed with flavor. I think this might be the best thing in the market. I can see why Eater wrote them up.
Eater wrote them up, and this was one of their top picks for the market. I still want to try more things before I say what the best is, but this has really, really impressed me a lot. I I don't think there's anything in this dish that they did wrong.
A lot of places, they give you half a hard-boiled egg, but
Yeah.
this is a full egg. This is a fish ball, which I didn't even try. There's more stuff in here.
A lot of ingredients snuck
Yeah.
in on us.
Let's try this.
And it's nice to, you could split this easily too in a couple of cups. Just want to drink this like chicken soup right now. If you're visiting New York for the first time and you need some more information, check out my Thatch guides. We've got places to eat, neighborhoods to check out, even a complete holiday guide to the city, constantly updated. Check out the link in the description for more details. Hell's Kitchen Paella Heaven is owned by same guys that run Easy Paella in Hell's Kitchen. It's a different name for the market. And I love their brick and mortar store, and I love their location at Bryant Park as well. You can get most of the same stuff. All right, we want 2 of your famous chicken paellas.
All right, right away.
Oh, muchas gracias. Always excited to eat this, Alex. Always excited. So Easy Paella is actually one of my favorite tapas spots in all of Midtown Manhattan. It's cool because it's a fusion of like Venezuelan style with Spanish paella. He's done one of the only paella burritos actually in the world. Have you ever tried this before?
I've had paella in general, more like seafood, but to have it with chicken, never had it.
Good. All right, let's give it a go.
Yeah, looks very colorful.
Sticking with that warm, hearty theme. I always love like the extra virgin olive oil as well that they put on top of the rice. It's very distinct, their paella, I've got to tell you.
Very light texture with that olive oil and the rice prepared well. Oh. Well enough that it falls on my pants. Gotta try the peppers now. Oh yeah, those sweet peppers, they really do it.
This is definitely one of my favorite fusion spots at the entire Winter Village. Clearly worth it.
Yeah, and they give you a lot of food too.
Really good for sharing, yeah. How are we gonna eat this much today?
don't
Now
know.
that everybody thinks we're eating every single thing in this video, we are taking some things home.
Yeah, there's no way we can eat everything, especially like with the cheeses and the heavy sauces.
A lot of heavy stuff here. You know what? Make sure you walk a lot before you come here and walk a lot after, or go ice skating, something to burn those calories. About 10 steps away from Spain, we're going to Portugal.
Joey's Bats Cafe, it's my son,
Okay.
Joey Batista. When he moved into Manhattan 11 years ago, they nicknamed him Joey Bats. So then he thought it'd be a cool name for a business. Then he got sick of his job, he decided to open the business with my cake. And then we started doing the natas, which is Portugal's most famous pastry, pastel de nata. In the middle, it's a custard, but my son describes it perfectly. Imagine a warm creme brulee wrapped in a flaky croissant. You're gonna need 2 because 1 is not enough. I also call them love at first bite. A little cinnamon, a little powdered sugar.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I have to say, I loved her story and her pride in her son for opening the business. And a mom-son combo is, I don't think it's so common anymore in food businesses. I love it. I love family-owned businesses like that. And natas, as you've heard, the most popular pastry in all of Portugal. I think I actually had this before in Lisbon. You were impressed by the price, right?
$4. I mean, I just came back from a trip from London, and over there it was hard to find some cheap eats. I was in their Chinatown. I paid $5 for a custard bun that exploded all over my jacket. This can pass for a cheap eat.
Let's see what the hype's about. Joey Bats Cafe, trying a nata. Let's do it. She was right.
Whoa.
Love it first bite. Like the creme brulee in the middle.
Creme brulee makes a croissant.
Yeah, pretty accurate actually.
Yeah, I would even say like it might be part donut too.
She looked at us, I said, there's only 3 of us. She's like, you're gonna need more than 1. She knew something there.
You might even need 3.
Warm, gooey. I finished that in 2 bites. Maybe that was a little quick, but wow.
Yeah, I could do it in 2 too, but I wanted to show the rest. A fun fact, this Portuguese pastel de nata is actually the inspiration for the Hong Kong egg tarts or the Cantonese egg tarts that you'll see in dim sum.
I don't know, I'm actually struggling to think what I like better, the Portuguese Hong Kong style egg tarts or the natas. Right now, I'm leaning on the natas, I don't know.
This one,
I'm leaning on the OG.
I think the OG is better, man. There's something about this crust and the cream in here that really makes it stand out.
The egg custard is just perfect for a holiday market. This surprised me a lot. I didn't know what to expect.
This might be the best dessert in the market to really warm you up and everything.
I think this could be the best ice skating rink in the city. At least for the price, because it's free if you bring your own skates. Much appreciated.
Thank you.
Thank you. Look at these desks here. This is like going back to school. You're going back to school of eating. I don't want to knock this over. Look, they even have a little cup holder. Look at this. Yeah, it's pretty tough to find a table here, not gonna lie.
Yeah, it is.
We got like the prime seating in the entire market. Are you really at a holiday market if you don't have hot chocolate?
You gotta have hot chocolate.
It's $5.50 for the classic. They have a $14 hot chocolate somewhere on this market. This is actually considered cheap, I would say.
Ooh, big chocolatey flavor, rich.
Very rich. Tough to say no to the whipped cream on top. But the star of the show, definitely the bombolone, Nutella.
Yeah, there's so much sugar on it that I'm gonna hold on to it with a napkin so I don't spill anything.
What do you think?
I don't know, is it gonna explode?
It's already coming out on the side, you see? I've decided not to try to open this, so we're just gonna eat it.
Yeah, I'm gonna eat it.
All right, bon appetit.
Okay, here we go.
Oozing in there.
I didn't have much Nutella, it was just the donut exterior and the powder. Another bite will do it. Oh yeah, that is good.
I like the little powdered sugar on top. Definitely different than your typical American donut, and that's another cool thing about this market. We're not just doing donuts and hot chocolate, okay? We're doing a bombolone.
Yeah, I can see why they call it Big Bomb. Look at all the stuff in it. It's like an explosion of Nutella, fried dough, powdered sugar.
This is gonna put you to sleep.
That's why they have the ice skating rink here, so you can go ice skating after you eat it.
A lot of good reasons to burn calories after this.
And I'm glad I used a napkin to eat this, because there's sugar coming all out now.
You ever heard of this before?
I've seen like something similar at Dunkin' Donuts where they put the like the jelly or like the Nutella on the outside,
Maybe.
but not like this.
Inspired by Italian pastries.
Yeah, this reminds me more of a cannoli than a donut.
Yeah, definitely see that. I've never actually done a food crawl like this at the Winter Village. I've usually stopped for one thing, maybe two tops, but with a bunch of friends, even two people as a date, I think you could have a lot of fun. I mean, you're gonna spend money, but it might not be as bad as you think.
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely an interesting market to come by. I certainly learned a lot of different places in here. Whoever thought you'd have Malaysian food and baked cheese next to Italian donuts.
I guess the moral of the story is there's more than just shopping here. And that's fantastic for my foodies watching. Now that you know what holiday street food to get, in this video we show you New York's best neighborhood for food trucks. Head here next.